Have you ever felt something between you and another person that words could never explain? A quiet presence, a knowing, a resonance that goes deeper than affection or attraction. It wasn't fireworks or drama. It was subtler, quieter, more real. According to the renowned psychologist Carl Jung, this kind of connection may be the truest form of love, one that doesn't announce itself with fanfare, but reveals itself through silence, through presence, through the unconscious language of the soul. In a world obsessed with grand romantic gestures, public declarations, and picture-perfect relationships, we often overlook the small, sacred signals that speak the loudest. Jung believed that real love doesn't scream, it listens. It doesn't chase perfection, it embraces humanity. And it doesn't perform, it transforms. Today, we're diving deep into the 6 secret signs of true love that operate below the surface of our awareness. These signs don't always look like love, but if you learn how to recognize them, they might just change your understanding of what it truly means to love and to be loved. So take a deep breath, open your heart, and let's explore the hidden language of soul-level connection through the eyes of one of the most profound minds in psychology. True love, Jung suggested, is not loud. It is not loud because it doesn't need to be. When love is real, it expresses itself through gestures that don't require explanation, through glances that linger a little longer, through silences that don't feel empty but full, through an instinctive care that bypasses conscious thought. Unlike the ego's desire to be seen and praised, the soul communicates quietly. This is the first secret. Love speaks a silent language. These subtle cues, unspoken understanding, intuitive responses, soft eye contact, protective instinct carry more truth than most words ever could. Jung believed that our unconscious holds archetypal energies that recognize and respond to those of another. That means your soul may know someone before your mind does. And when it does, love flows not from performance, but from presence. The second secret sign is what Jung called emotional synchronicity, when two people's inner rhythms align without effort. This isn't about finishing each other's sentences or liking the same music. It's about feeling with the other, even across space or silence. It's when your breath slows in sync with theirs, when their sadness finds you before they say a word, when their joy becomes your light. Modern science calls this neuronal mirroring. Jung called it soul resonance. It reflects a deeper harmony, with the masculine and feminine within each person. What he called the anima and animus recognize themselves in the other. This alignment is unconscious. It cannot be planned, forced, or fabricated. It's the invisible music of real connection, and when it plays between two people, love is already speaking. We often hear that projection is dangerous, that we see in others what we deny in ourselves. And that's true. But Jung also described a sacred form of projection, where love becomes a mirror not of illusion, but of potential. This is the third sign, persistent positive projection. It's when you see the best in someone, even when they've forgotten it. You don't idealize them. You don't ignore their flaws. You simply remember who they truly are when they've lost sight of it. This kind of love doesn't try to fix it, hold space. It says, I see your light, even when it's flickering. This is not about naive hope. It's about spiritual companionship. When someone holds your future self in their heart, not to control, but to affirm, it can become the catalyst for transformation. Jung believed that true love helps us become more whole, not by changing us, but by honoring all of us, our shadow and our light. The fourth sign is perhaps the rarest, total presence. In a distracted world, offering someone your full, undivided attention is an act of radical love. It's not just about being physically present, it's about being emotionally and energetically attuned. When someone is truly present with you, you feel it. They're not waiting to speak. They're listening with their whole being. They're not looking past you. They're seeing into you. There's a stillness to that kind of attention. It's like the world narrows to a sacred space where only two souls exist and nothing needs to be said. This depth of presence asks you to set aside ego. It's not about what you want from the other. It's about holding space for who they are in that moment. According to Jung, this is the soil where love grows, a kind of mindful devotion that requires no performance, only authenticity. Most people think love means avoiding conflict, but real love, Jung argued, embraces it. That's the fifth secret sign, integrative conflict. In other words, how two people navigate disagreement is more revealing than how they experience harmony. True love doesn't fear conflict, it transforms it. Not by overpowering, not by withdrawing, but by holding tension with compassion. It's when two truths can coexist without one having to conquer the other. When both people stay grounded in themselves, while remaining open to the other. That dance of difference creates growth, depth, and healing. This is the alchemy of love, turning friction into understanding. Jung believed that conflict is not a breakdown, but a breakthrough and opportunity to integrate our unconscious patterns with conscious awareness. In love, that means learning how to fight for the relationship, not against each other. The sixth and most tender sign is the sacred response to vulnerability. Jung knew that our deepest need is to be seen in our brokenness and to not be abandoned there. When someone meets your raw, unguarded self with calm, with compassion, and with steadiness, it reveals the truest kind of love. This response isn't dramatic. It doesn't offer solutions. It simply stays. It holds your pain without flinching. It witnesses your shame without adding to it. This is love as a healing force, one that says, you are not too much. You are not too broken. You are not alone. When love responds like this, it becomes a sanctuary. It's not about fixing wounds. It's about holding them with reverence. And in that quiet holding, something sacred emerges. Trust. The kind that doesn't need to be earned, only honored. Finally, love is most powerfully expressed, not in declarations, but in the mundane. This is the hidden seventh sign. Attentiveness in the small things. It's the quiet offering of the last bite, the remembering of how someone takes their coffee, the unspoken act of covering them with a blanket while they sleep. Jung said the sacred often hides in the ordinary. These micro-gestures of care, repeated without performance, build the deepest foundations of love. They're not showy. They're not shared on social media. But they are the glue that holds a relationship through time, change, and challenge. When someone's well-being becomes part of your own daily rhythm, not out of obligation, but from instinctive love, that's not romance. That's devotion. Carl Jung didn't write love stories. He studied the psyche. But what he found were echoes of something ancient and beautiful. That real love is a soul recognition, a quiet yes beneath the noise of life. It doesn't shout. It doesn't pose. It simply is. It lives in the subtle, in the silent, in the sacred space where two people meet beyond words. These 6 secret signs: emotional synchronicity, positive projection, total presence, integrative conflict, the sacred response to vulnerability, and devotion in the mundane offer us a new map, a deeper map, one that leads not to infatuation, but to transformation. If this exploration touched something in you, if it made you reflect on the way you give and receive love, don't let it end here. Ask yourself, who in your life embodies these signs? Who listens when you fall silent? Who sees your light, even when you can't? If you're on a journey of deeper connection, healing, or soulful relationship, consider subscribing. We explore the psychology, philosophy, and spirituality of love every week, and this is just the beginning. Leave a comment below about which of these signs you've experienced or long for most. Let's start a conversation about real love, quiet, sacred, enduring. And remember, love doesn't always look like what we were taught, but when you learn to recognize it, you'll realize it's been with you all along.